The Missing Watch and the Lost Girl. English teacher Detective Simon Sharkisle usually teaches at Seaside Academy, but whenever a mystery surfaces, people ask for his help. The summer crowd buzzed through the Railway Museum in Omiya. At 12 o'clock sharp, a whistle echoed from the SL turntable as the C-57 steamed slowly around, drawing applause from parents and children. Simon Sharkisle stood with his son Natsuki near the exhibit entrance. "The whistle only blows twice a day," Simon said. "Even when I was a kid, real steam trains were almost gone. I only heard whistles like that on tourist railways, but somehow it still feels nostalgic." Natsuki frowned. "It's so loud, it kind of scares me. I don't really like it." Simon smiled. About 15 minutes before the whistle blew, a broadcast echoed through the museum. "A little girl wearing a red hat and a dress has been reported missing. If you see her, please contact the front desk near the main entrance." Near the entrance, a kids' club poster showed a cartoon child in a blue dress and a red cap. Natsuki looked up, worried. "A little girl is lost. I hope she's okay," Simon replied. "When you were little, I had a real scare once. Kids can vanish from sight in just a few seconds. Once, I turned around and suddenly saw you peeking at me from the back of a sleeper car." As the whistle blew, crowds began heading toward the museum restaurants. Lines formed at the retro dining car eatery, the fast food stalls, and especially at the popular restaurant with views of the Shinkansen. At a kiosk by the entrance, a rack of bright red caps with a train logo had nearly sold out. By noon, it felt like every other child was wearing one. "I'm not hungry yet. Let's go check out the diorama," Natsuki said. Near the diorama queue, a little girl in a pale blue dress tugged at a parent's sleeve. After the 15-minute demonstration program ended and Simon and Natsuki stepped outside, chaos had already broken out. A curator ran toward security, reporting that the prized Meiji-era station master's pocket watch had vanished from the special exhibition room. Entry to that room was strictly limited to parents with children under 12. Security believed the watch had disappeared during the 15-minute diorama show that started right after the noon whistle. A staff-wide search followed. Just moments earlier, a 4-year-old girl had been found wandering near the SL simulator. She didn't cry. The girl had just turned 4, and when staff asked her what had happened, most of her answers were vague or confusing. The staff exchanged worried glances. But there was one thing she said clearly about what happened while she was lost. "I turned around when someone behind me called out 'Mama' and something else. But my mom wasn't there. Then someone I didn't know took my hand, and we stood in line, and I saw lots of things." She remembered that people around them just kept moving. Nobody asked who she was with. When asked whether the person who had taken the girl was a man or a woman, she only said, "I don't really know." Her mother, relieved that the situation hadn't turned into an abduction case, thanked the staff and quietly left the museum with her daughter. The investigation into the pocket watch's disappearance was only just beginning. 5 visitors had been near the special exhibition room around the time the incident likely occurred. There were 4 women, Emi Fujita, Naoko Ishikawa, Rika Morimoto, and Yumi Tsukada, and 1 man, Kenji Nakahara. Fujita was with a boy, Morimoto with a boy and a girl, and Tsukada with a boy. Surveillance footage confirmed that all 3 had entered the special exhibition room with children. Naoko Ishikawa had come with her niece and the girl's parents, but had parted ways with them earlier, according to her statement. Surveillance footage showed her entering the special exhibition room during that 15-minute window, just like the other 3 women. The camera at the entrance to the special exhibition room only covered the doorway and the adjacent hallway. Its resolution wasn't high, making it difficult to identify children, though the adults could be vaguely made out. Kenji Nakahara had come to the museum alone. Footage confirmed that he had not entered the child-only special exhibition room. Simon introduced himself and offered to help with the investigation. When museum staff saw his business card, they immediately recognized the famous detective and gratefully accepted his offer, impressed by the fact that he had assisted the police on several past investigations. Simon turned to the 5 visitors. "There was an announcement about a missing child shortly before the whistle, wasn't there? Do you remember what it said?" Emi Fujita shrugged. "Something about a girl with a hat getting lost? I don't remember clearly. With all these train cars around, it's not surprising a kid would get separated," Rika Morimoto added. "I think it said a girl in a red hat was missing. This place is so big, I got a little worried myself," Kenji Nakahara said. "I didn't hear the announcement. I was probably outside at the lunch train, eating a bento." On busy days, the PA by the lunch train was often drowned out by chatter and clattering trays. Naoko Ishikawa said, "Maybe it was a girl in a blue dress and a red hat? I remember thinking it sounded like my niece." Yumi Tsukada said, "Something about a little kid being separated from their parents. I remember talking to my son about how sad that was." After listening to them, Simon turned to the staff. "It seems the culprit is among this group. You can let the others go." On that basis, the staff kept one person for further questions and released the rest. Moments later, several officers approached the museum staff, Simon, and the one remaining prime suspect. Simon said calmly, "Please question this person carefully. I believe the missing pocket watch will be found among their belongings." The officers began a search of the suspect's person and belongings. After some time, one officer emerged from the staff room where the interview had taken place and spoke quietly to Simon. "We searched everything. There's no sign of the pocket watch." Simon blinked. "Of course. I missed it." He turned in the direction the other 4 released visitors had gone. "There was an accomplice. I should have realized. The person can't have gone far. Please find them quickly."
Have you solved the mystery? Do you know the answer? Submit your answer at the site below. Scan the QR code on the screen or use the link in the video description to send it in. Outstanding answers will be featured in the comments section of future videos. See you next time for another mystery.